Rage over abortion is a very controversial topic. Abortion is a procedure a woman decides to have in order to terminate her pregnancy for specific reasons amongst her. In my perspective, termination should not be legal on any terms other than rape, which is considered an act of crime. Murder is also a crime. Therefore, shouldn't killing a baby be considered an act against the law? Not only do I think abortion should be granted, but only among the lines of it being looked at case by case and determining which way is the safest and healthiest, or if the pregnancy was a result of forced sexual actions. Abortion should not be granted among the carrier because of simple reasons. For example, too young and scared, not financially prepared, or it was an unplanned and you did not want a responsibility of taking care of the child for the next 18 years at the least. Under the circumstances of abortion, there are two different procedures in which you can choose from in order to terminate pregnancy. One of them is stated as an in-clinic abortion. A doctor, nurse, or other healthcare provider uses medical instruments and gentle suction to remove the pregnancy from your uterus. This procedure is said to take approximately 10 minutes. The second procedure to choose from is explained, medication abortion. You take pills that cause your pregnancy to end in your uterus to expel the pregnancy, like an early miscarriage. During this procedure, you take 2 sets of pills in 2 consecutive days, resulting in the abortion to happen within 24 hours. The medication choice of abortion lowers your chances further into your pregnancy. If you are about 8 to 10 weeks in, you are terminating a baby who is almost fully developed. More than 90% of the body structure is found in a full-grown human. People do not realize what they are destroying when they terminate a pregnancy. A baby is mentally and physically developed, maybe not completely grown and ready to adapt, but it has the characteristics of a full-grown human. After an abortion, it is possible to experience these side effects for as long as 2 to 4 weeks. Following the procedure, cramping, vomiting, diarrhea, spotting, and bleeding, damage to the cervix, damage to other organs, or death. Not one of the side effects from terminating a pregnancy sound too fun to experience, although you can experience these during a pregnancy as well. During a pregnancy, not only some of the side effects will occur, such as morning sickness, swelling, body aching, etc. Nonetheless, it is still a painful process, but many women I've spoken to do not even remember the pain they felt after giving birth. On the other hand, in order to prevent becoming accidentally pregnant, there are many contraceptives for males and females to use. Those include the pill, male and female condom, diaphragm, femcap, intrauterine device, contraceptive plant and sponge, spermicide, contraceptive injections and patch, vaginal ring, and sterilization. Using a condom is a very common contraceptive. The male condom was a most commonly used method at first sex and most recent sex among both teenage women and men in 2006 through 2010. Another contraceptive you can take is the emergency contraceptive, also known as Plan B, which can be purchased at any convenience store. This is supposed to be taken after sex when you think you may be at risk of accidentally conceiving. Any type of pill or medical form of birth control requires a doctor visit prior to being prescribed the contraceptive. Many women take the pill typically at the same time every day to reduce their chance of becoming pregnant. 67% of women who practice contraception currently use non-permanent methods, primarily hormonal methods, the pill, patch, implant, injectable, and vaginal ring, IUDs, and condoms. For me, health insurance covers the expense because I personally would rather not be pregnant at this moment in time like several other women. Many women take birth control to help with their menstrual cycle for reasons like cramping, back pain, bloating, acne, and many more. Then again, my main focus is that contraceptives are meant to prevent unwanted pregnancies and therefore reduce the rate of abortions worldwide. At the same time, every case of abortion should be looked at individually and needs to be granted to the carrier among the lines of how she got pregnant. Rape is a crime, and if the mother were to get pregnant by forced sexual actions, then there should be an option whether she wants to keep the baby or not. These are some statistics of pregnancies created from rape and results of the decision made to abort. The national rape-related pregnancy rate is 5% per rape among victims of reproductive age, aged 12 to 45. Among adult women, an estimated 32,101 pregnancies result from rape each year. 50% underwent abortion. An easier way to follow this is each year an estimated 25,000 American women will become pregnant following an act of sexual violence. As many as 22,000 of those pregnancies could be prevented through the prompt use of emergency contraception. Emergency contraception has already been brought to attention, but not on the subject of rape. On the other hand, if a mother or baby were ill and it could harm either party, this individual case as well as should be given to the right to terminate her pregnancy. Abortion should be granted through the specialized pediatricians because they know what is best for the baby and mother. Not to mention, if the woman becomes pregnant under the lines of force and is informed that she is carrying more than one baby at a time, she can create additional issues for her. Not only that, but also having a child is expensive, and she would have to terminate not one, but 2 babies at once if chosen to abort. In conclusion, abortion should not be supported because of the unplanned accidents that may have occurred. Being responsible prior to conceiving can result in killing a baby you did not want in the time of conception. Is not a valid excuse to kill a child. Much responsibility comes into play when fooling around, especially when you are not stable financially or mentally mature enough to care for a child. If you are sexually active, you should be under the right protection and consider the risk of getting pregnant seriously. That being said, rape and medical interruptions need to be the only way one can be granted to follow through with the pregnancy being terminated.